Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. As most of you might know, my name is Brianna and the channel is called Magic Wand Crochet. If you haven't figured it out yet, we're going to talk about fiber arts, crochet, yarn, all sorts of stuff. Even the shepherd's hooks that we use in order to create some of the beautiful things that we're going to make on this channel. I am super excited to get started with you, and I hope you have enjoyed my videos up to now. I wanted to make this one a little bit different. I wanted a more of face-to-face. I wanted you to get to know who I am so that you know who's behind the hands that are creating wonderful things that we're going to be making together. So, as you might have heard earlier, my name is Brianna. This is Magic Wand Crochet, and I decided to start this channel because I had people kept coming. I had friends, people. I had friends that kept coming up to me, and they would be like, "Oh my gosh, you crochet?" Yes, yes I do. And then came the questions. Well, how do I do this? Or how do you make that? Or, hey, you know those Woobles kits? Yes, I know those Woobles kits. I know all the kits. I have scoured the internet for crochet stuff. Okay, so on this channel, the first couple of videos I did were some of the basic stitches that you will learn as a beginner crocheter. Now I want to get into a little bit more of the intermediate stuff and start talking about some of the tools you're going to use as you become more of an avid crocheter, or as you play around with it more and find that, hey, this is a craft that's going to stick with me for life. It's not for everybody. I get it. I mean, crochet is popular and it helps us to reduce our stress. The rhythmic patterns and stitches really help with decompressing after a long day at work, things like that. Consider this your intro to crochet. Now we've gotten a couple of the basic stitches done, and we are starting on our journey to learn how to become more of an intermediate or an advanced crocheter. This is the right channel for that. So I'm not perfect. I've only been crocheting for about 12 years out of the 31 that I've actually been doing it, and I've made a lot of chains in my life, and then I built upon that. I started doing single crochets, so I would have a chain freaking 3 feet long with nothing but a single crochet in every stitch. And then I worked up to the half double crochet, which really made me feel like I had the basics to a double crochet down, if that makes any sense. And then I moved on to the double crochet, and I have found that the double crochet is a very favorite stitch amongst crocheters. It's definitely a favorite amongst me. Amongst me. It's definitely a favor amongst myself. So anyways, let's take this serious, shall we? Another fan favorite, the Clover Amours. So these ones are more affordable than the furls. For about 60 bucks, you can get a package of these ranging from, I think it's the 2.5 up to like I think it's the 6.0 or something like that, and it gives you all the sizes that you need to go ahead and get started. This has a very smooth metal to it as well. It's built differently than the furls, but it works just as good with acrylic yarn and wool yarns. These are really wonderful to use. So those are my main two crochet hooks that I use. Now there are ones out there that are like the Susan Bates. This is a 10 millimeter. And you can see how big it is. I use these with my Chanel yarn. Do I have any Chanel? I do. Yay. With my Chanel yarn, these are best friends, basically. I just recently made a Chanel blanket and had a great time not using my Susan Bates. Another thing that I use that I definitely would recommend to somebody is a yarn butler. This one is the Barva. You can find it on Amazon. Super smooth on the glide for spinning. I don't know if you can hear my finger taps, but it glides super smooth. It has a little bit of a resistance to it, not too much, but just enough to slow the panel down, which you might be like, why is she talking about this? What does that matter? When your yarn is sitting, I'll use this. When your yarn is sitting on your yarn butler, there are other ones also. There are these types as well. Sorry, it's a little dusty. It's been sitting here for a minute. I have several different projects going on. I'm sure you understand. And if you don't, you will. So there are different types of yarn butlers. This one sits. It has the footy grips. Barva is the best product on Amazon that I have found for yarn butlers. For when I want to get down on some serious business, I got a double. That has come in really handy with the recent blanket that I'm working on. It's just something that I am doing for somebody. It's a pink, blue, and white blanket, basically. And that yarn butler was very helpful in the creation of that blanket because I was working with several different colors. It really helped keep my yarn sorted while I was sitting on the couch, you know, watching YouTube or Netflix or whatever I was doing at the time. This yarn butler is Barva. This is also Barva. B-A-R-V-A. I will put links down in the description. I definitely recommend, if you're going to buy a yarn butler, that it be one of these two. These are the absolute best ones that I have found on Amazon, and I swear I've bought everything crochet on Amazon just to try it out, send it back, or keep it if I like it. But the problem is, not all the stuff that you get on Amazon is worth its salt. I have bought all of the yarn butlers. This one by far is the best one that I have come across. Okay. This double one was the best one that I have found in the last 6 months. These are phenomenal yarn butlers. Now, that being said, originally I bought one that's down in the description that I'm not featuring here today. I bought this one. It's been reviewed several times over. It's crap. Do not get this one. I'm not going to put the link down below, but I will mention it in the description. This one, I had problems putting it together. I also, the screw that they provided didn't fit properly. It made this base very, very loose. So I had to find a different screw to go ahead and put it into the end of that. I still have the problem where the base turns, but that's not that big of a deal, and it doesn't affect the operation of it. This works great. However, here's that thing that I was just mentioning. There is no resistance when it comes to these magnets. So while they spin, if you get a good spin with your yarn going, like you've tugged it and you're just trying to get more, sometimes these don't stop. And then you have yarn all over your floor, or in your lap, or wrapped around your dog, or your cat sleeping on it. Whatever the case may be. Not the best yarn butler I have come across. These, way better. And I will do a better review of these going forward. This was not my intent. I wasn't making this video so that I could review my yarn butlers, but I did want to let you know that if you're going to go for a yarn butler, that's the one to get. It's phenomenal. Or to give them as gifts for Christmas. Hey, now that's an idea. I might have to do that. There's another video that's dropping with the double crochet. I should have it out with this one as well. So I apologize if these videos don't come out every week. The quality of my videos are not going to be 100% professional because I live in a house with other people. I do apologize. If you don't like it, there's not much I can do about it. I hope that you will stick with me. I hope that you'll understand. And I hope that you'll love every minute of it anyways, because this is coming from a real place. I'm not a fake YouTuber. I'm not putting on airs. I love to crochet. Okay, so that's what I'm usually doing. If I'm not making these videos, I am creating something. I'm building a blanket for somebody. I'm learning a new pattern. I'm reading a new book. So I'm planning on having several different series for my channel. There's the beginner series, which you will see below. There are videos like learning how to chain, slip knot, chain, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. That video is coming up. I haven't made it yet, but I will. And then there's going to be wonderful videos like this one where I talk about some of the best tools to use. I will also have some links down in the description of some of the other things that I'm not going to feature here today that I actually use that work wonderful. Not everybody needs this stuff, okay? One of the things that we battle every day is consumerism, right? And crochet is a wonderful hobby. Do you need to go crazy? No. Do you need to have a large yarn stash? Yes. Wait, no. Well, depends on the person, doesn't it? I know people that have walls of yarn. I know people that have some yarn and lots of trinkets. I know some people who roll every skein of yarn into a ball. I know people that say, screw your ball, and I'm just going to work off of your skein. I know some people that work off of yarn vomit. I'm not joking. There are certain things that are not your way. Okay. That's how to hold a hook. There are two ways to hold the hook. There's the pencil, like you're going to sign your name. And there's the knife. Okay. Those are the two ways to hold the hook. There's only two ways. You can try if you want to do something some different way and reinvent the wheel. But you'd just be wasting time not crocheting. So, choice is yours, guys. We're going into spooky season. My favorite kind of season, right? I went to the store and I picked up some yarn. Now, you might look at this and you might be judging me. It's Mainstays. It's Walmart brand. It's acrylic. It's orange. That's not everybody's favorite color. But it's almost Halloween, guys. And Mainstays Walmart brand yarn is some of the softest yarn when working with Clover or more hooks. It literally feels like you're cutting ice cream. I can't say it enough. I've been telling people in the aisle at my local Walmart what's going on. Sorry, there was a fly. I've literally found crocheters in the Walmart aisle, okay, looking at yarn, and I've told them, get Mainstays. If you work with Clover or more hooks, it's like cutting ice cream with a warm knife. This thing, it's just amazing how much the hook that you use can blossom your experience with crochet. Now, I know you're probably sitting there going, okay, whatever. It's a hook and yarn, Brianna. Yeah, I know. And I've been working with them for 31 years. And I can tell you that the moment that I started working with Mainstays, I was working with the white yarn on a blanket that I am currently completing. I'm designing it. I'm currently completing the design, or the actual blanket after I've designed it. And I could tell you that the white that I used in this blanket was the best experience that I have ever had. Now, the other colors that I'm using are not Mainstays yarn. They are, it's Red Heart. So that's okay. Red Heart's good, but I have found with Red Heart that their acrylic yarn is a little bit more scratchy, whereas the Mainstays yarn is a very soft, very smooth yarn for running your fingers over. It's just a different consistency. If you like Red Heart, then by all means, but the feel is just different. So sometimes when you're working on a very tedious project like a blanket, the experience between your hook and the yarn really, really matter. When you're working on a tedious project, sometimes the difference in the yarn and the hook you use can be the difference of whether you complete the project or you stick with it. At least for me. It might be completely different for you. You never know. But guys, just to keep in mind that it can be the difference between finishing the project and not. Alright, so for this next segment, really quick, I just wanted to go over some of the things that we have coming up. So with Magic Wand Crochet, as you can see, I have a plethora of crochet-based items. So I was thinking for the month of October, I want to do a giveaway. I have some Furls crochet hooks. Yeah. They're brand new. And I wanted to do a giveaway. There are several different sizes in here. I think I have 4 or 5 different sizes. And these are the bronze ones. And I want to hold a giveaway for not only crochet hooks, but there was some other crochet items that I want to have a giveaway for. So please stay tuned for that because it will be on my Instagram and I'll also announce it on YouTube for you guys. Just to let you know when it begins and what you need to do in order to enter. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know that this wasn't a very long video, but I appreciate you sticking with me and through all the kinks. And this channel is going to grow, and as it grows, my videos are going to be better. You're going to be able to learn more stitches and more techniques, and I really look forward to having that time with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Happy stitching!